Hi guys, I'm back again. Today I'm just going to do a little spread in my 2019 journal scrapbook kind of thing. I don't think I've showed this journal at all on my channel. I don't remember sharing it, but this is just like a scrapbook kind of a journal that I've been using throughout the year to document James and my year together, and I want to go back and make a 2018 and right back to 2014, because 2014 was when James and I got married. We also got engaged that year, so I feel like that's a good kind of place for us to start. So I want to go back and make those, and I'll probably share that maybe a little bit on my channel, I don't know yet. But this is my 2019 journal, and I'm documenting our Christmas tree. So here I've just got some old wrapping paper that I found in Creative Junk, a shop that just sells a whole bunch of random stuff, and you pay $10 to $15 for the whole bag of whatever you can shove into a bag. And I just thought I'd cut out a little tree from there. So I've got 4 photos here. Yesterday we got our tree. I'm so excited, and so I decided I would take a few photos, and I did, and then I printed them off this morning on my Canon selfie, and these are them. So I'm just now wanting to put them into my journal. I love having a Canon selfie. I just love it. It just makes my journaling so much easier because I don't have to go all the way into the city to get photos printed. The nearest place you can get photos printed is a town about half an hour away, but I don't super love the quality of their photos. It's alright, everything just looks a bit green, I've found. And then the next place would be into the city, which is about just over an hour away from here. And that's kind of a long trip for photos. So I am so glad to have a Canon selfie now that I can print out my own photos at home. And I actually love the quality of these. So as you can see, I've just put a kind of vintagey piece of paper. I think they were maybe supposed to be like paper placemat things or something, I'm not sure, but I've just used a piece of that down the bottom of my page. This whole journal was all kind of green and pink. That was sort of the theme I was going for throughout the whole journal, so that's why the paper is not super like Christmas looking. So this is quite a muddly spread. I had no idea at all what I was going to do when I started putting together this page. So and it's clear by how many times I changed my mind about things that I had no idea what I wanted to do. So I just sort of pull out a whole bunch of stuff and play around. And so I've got my photos on the left hand side stuck down, and I am just gonna soon stick down, I think, my photos on the right hand side. Yeah, just putting the double-sided tape on there now. I love using double-sided tape. I don't know how great it will be as far as longevity. I don't know how long it will last, but I absolutely love double-sided tape to stick down my photos, and slightly heavier pieces of like card or things like that. I just feel like it really holds them down much better than any of my glue would be able to hold it down. So I'm just sticking down the picture of our tree. I don't know if you saw, I put these photos actually in my Instagram stories yesterday. Yesterday at the time of filming this, which I think I will be putting this video up later on today. So yeah, just sticking down that Christmas paper, the tree there, and I'm just having a look at these chipboard words, these Christmas words, and trying to figure out which one I would like to include on the page, if I want to include any. So here I just use some of this really wide grid brown kind of washi tape, and I stick that down there to create a little space to write. And I do write on there, and then I try and go back over it with a thicker pen later on, and I ruin it. So what I write now, I end up having to rip off later on, and I wasn't even that unhappy with it. I don't know, I just kind of wanted to use a thicker pen. It just seemed a little bit thin for me, so I go ahead and I write this. Then when I go back in with my Sharpie, it kind of is too thick a pen for how small the letters are. Yeah, so this part gets torn off in a minute anyway, so I probably should have cut this part out. But oh well, I'm just showing you the process. I have cut some parts out of this video, but not too much. So yes, we went down and got our Christmas tree. We work for a campground. James and I work both at a campground over the summer, and the campground is full of these pine trees. And they've had a lot of trouble with some of the pine trees falling down because they're too old. So although these ones that we've cut down are not old, we're allowed to come down and cut down the trees as we please. The campground is literally about a 2-minute drive from our house, so it's very handy that we can easily go and get a tree. It's absolutely free. It's awesome. So we've got ourselves a Christmas tree. It's not perfect. It leans a little bit to the side. Our decorations are fairly sparse, as you can probably see from that photo, but they're special. We have really, some are not. Some are just decorations I've bought, but we have some really special decorations as well. We've got some beautiful decorations that have the names of our 2 children that we are missing this Christmas, which is, it's special to include them. Even though they're not here with us, it's so special to include them in our Christmas by having their names up on our Christmas tree. We actually have 2 sets. Both sets have been gifted to us by really special friends, and then actually we have another lot where we have our initials. So there's an L for Lydia for me on the tree, there's a J for James, a W for Waru, and E for Elsie, which is really, really special as well, which those are ones we've actually made ourselves. Actually, as I'm speaking, my husband James is working on the E for Elsie to put up on the tree, because obviously she's a very recent addition to our family, and so she wasn't around last Christmas for us to have a decoration for her. So that's being made today. So here I've just stuck down some stars. I stuck down a label sticker. I put to my family from us, because all of those presents that you can see down in that bottom right hand photo, they're all for my family. My family are kind of crazy Christmas people. We love Christmas. We go totally overboard with gifts and with everything every year. We're just sort of crazy Christmas people. We absolutely love Christmas. So there's a lot of presents, as you can see down there, and that's just from James and I. So you can imagine if you put another lot of that, being my sister and her husband, and then I have another sister who adds her presents under my parents' tree, and then also my parents. And then we have a friend. He's like a brother. He's not our brother. He's just a friend of ours, but he's the same age as me, and he's just sort of been hanging around my family for the last 10 to 12 years or so. So he's just sort of become part of our family, and he also comes for Christmas every year as well. So I just got some vintage wrapping paper that I had got from that same creative junk shop that I was mentioning earlier, and I cut out another Christmas tree because I just sort of had this space on the left hand page that I just felt needed something else, and I had that paper just sitting really close to me, so I was like, perfect, we'll use that. I'm using the back of the sticker packaging as my glue paper because it's there, and why not? So I just glued down that tree. I'm writing down the bottom there about all the gifts and an arrow so that it's pointing towards where all those presents are down there. So yeah, we've got a lot of presents. I super love giving presents. Presents is actually one of my love languages, I think. And as much as I always feel kind of bad about that being a love language of mine, because I love receiving presents and I love giving presents. Although I get nervous about giving presents, I never feel like the things I give are going to be good enough. Or not that I think my family won't be grateful or anything, but I'm just always worried that, I don't know, that they won't think they're very, I don't even know. Have a lot of self-doubt. So I'm definitely a presents person, and I love all the presents, and it makes me feel so materialistic, but I love giving them too. It's just, I don't know. I just think there's something really nice about giving and receiving gifts. Maybe that's terrible, maybe it's not, I don't know. So now I'm just writing the date. This isn't today's date, it's actually the 9th now, but the 8th was the day that we got our tree, so I decided to put that date in. And that's it for the spread, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!